Did you know that the Korean Peninsula is one of the busiest places in the world for radio signals? A seemingly never-ending battle is currently taking place to see who can reign supreme on the airwaves between North and South Korea. The cause of this radio war is the political situation between the two countries. The communist-led North and the capitalist-led South. Both states endlessly transmit to each other propaganda, whilst trying to jam the other nation's broadcasts. Much of the transmissions take place on the shortwave spectrum, so the activities between each country can be heard all over the world by means of a simple shortwave receiver, and for listeners can often provide lots of entertainment. It's not unusual to be listening to North Korea's state-run propaganda radio station, Voice of Korea, with its distinctive interval signal, when all of a sudden the transmission cuts out, a result of a power failure which is a common occurrence in the North, or technical issues with the old Soviet-era transmitters. North Korea boasts some serious power when it comes to radio waves. They currently have 3 high-powered transmitter sites. Kojang, which boasts 5 200-kilowatt transmitters, Kangye, which also has 5 200-kilowatt transmitters, and their main site in the capital, Pyongyang, has an impressive 10 200-kilowatt transmitters. The service broadcasts in multiple different languages across many frequencies throughout the day, spreading communist propaganda to the south and the rest of the world. It is also at these sites that they jam the signals coming from South Korea. The South Koreans, on the other hand, respond to the North with their own stations, Radio Free North Korea and Radio Free Asia. The US government assists the South by broadcasting from their own transmitters based in Guam to match the power of those coming from the North. The South's transmissions are much more reliable and constant than the North due to the North's aging equipment and power failures mentioned earlier in the video, although they lack the power of the North's transmissions. Many shortwave listeners who monitor the radio information war between the two report that many strange and bizarre signals can be heard whilst jamming is in place. Normally warbling or chugging noises, but other noises like the sounds of a jet engine, gongs, strange beeping noises, music being played backwards, and even the sounds of multiple baying sheep have been heard. The information transmitted to the North often contains instructions on how to escape the communist country, for anybody wishing to defect to the South. It is illegal to listen to anything other than state-run radio in North Korea. Likewise, in South Korea, it is illegal to publish the frequencies of Voice of Korea. Many other transmissions are aimed at the Korean Peninsula, such as the BBC World Service and Voice of America, as well as pirate radio stations and amateur radio transmissions, making the DMZ between the two states one of, if not the most, busiest places in the world for radio traffic. The battle for the airwaves has been raging since the early 1950s and is as intense now than ever before due to the new means of transmitting, with neither side showing signs of ceasing their broadcasting. Due to the sensitive nature of the politics between the two countries, the only time there may be peace on the Korean airwaves is if or when the two nations unify, which for now is highly unlikely. Have you managed to tune into any of the Korean broadcasts or heard many of the strange jamming signals? If you own a shortwave radio, check the broadcast times for any of the programs and see what happens whilst you are listening and let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching the video and please subscribe to the channel.